Hi friends, welcome to my videos. So in this video I'm going to talk about how to validate your COPR. So COPR stands for Confirmation of Permanent Residence. So once you get this, the next option for you is to validate it so that you can become a permanent resident of Canada. Remember, the moment you receive your COPR and your stamped passport based on your country, that doesn't mean you got eligible. I mean, you become permanent resident immediately. No, until you validate it, still there is no change in your status. So regardless of your location, I mean to say inland or outland, you have to activate it. In other terms, you have to validate it. All right, so now we'll discuss both the cases. Suppose you are out of Canada. If you are applying from a country apart from Canada and you get your COPR and passport, so yes, you have only one option to activate is you have to come to Canada and at a border checkpoint, uh, your COPR is going to be validated by a border control officer, and that's it. You become a permanent resident. Of course, you need to meet requirements, you need to carry documents, and everything else is gonna be in place. And once you are through that process, your landing is done, and that's it. And of course, there is an expiry date. I have already explained this in my prior videos. All right. So that is just an option available to people those who are out of Canada. But what about you are inland? What you are already in Canada? And this generally happens with the applicants of CEC, Canadian Experience class. Those who have Canadian experience and then they apply from Canada and get it over here. How can you actually validate it? Well, you have two ways. The way number one is go out of Canada and come back, so that you cross a border checkpoint, and that's it. You follow the same process and you get it validated. Now there are certain things available to it. For example, if you have a plan to go outside, you can go and come back. But what if you don't have any plan to go outside, and what if your work schedule does not allow you to do this? What you can do, like if you want to activate it immediately, you can go to any US Canada border crossing. You can go to the US side and you can tell the US border official, or you can say CBP officer, that you are there for flag polling and you have no intention to enter the states. So they are going to issue one slip to you, and they will send back you to the Canadian border checkpoint. You come back and say the same thing, and that's it. Your process will proceed, your application will be processed. Having said that, you need to be careful in selecting your border checkpoint, because some of the border crossings like Niagara Rainbow Bridge, they have specific time frames or windows and days when they allow this flag polling process to complete. Otherwise, they are gonna either put you on hold or can even tell you that come back on this time, because their primary focus is towards processing people, those who are coming in from the states with various reasons. They just don't want to invest resources in just for those who are doing this just for flag polling to get through the process quickly. But yes, this is not applicable to all the border crossings. So whenever you want to do this, just check with uh, border crossing. You can do Google search and you can find this information out, and you can also even contact them. You'll find articles and all, and you can also contact them and find out the time. Basically, they want this process to be delayed during the busiest periods so that they can focus on other important works they have. All right, that's the only thing. Apart from that, as I said, this is not applicable to all the border checkpoints. So if you find a border checkpoint where they accept it anytime and it's not busy, it's very simple for you. Just go out and come back. All right. Now, the second thing you have is to uh, appointment with IRCC. So you can schedule an appointment with IRCC, where you can go with your documents, your COPR, and everything else that is required for your landing, and there they can process it for you. If this is done, that's it, you are a permanent resident. Now, in order to schedule this appointment, what you can do, you can send them uh, your request by web form, or you can even call their call center. However, you should always think about it, because generally in busy areas like Ontario and all, it's hard to get an appointment quickly, because most of the appointments, at least for weeks, are always full because of the other activities. Definitely, it's really hard to find an appointment for this purpose, but yes, this is a way you find it, but may not be at the time you really want to. So other factors like validity, I mean the validity of your visa, and your first entry date, everything matters. So based on that, you take a decision. Once you get your COPR stamped, signed, and confirmed, the next thing you need to do is to apply a SIN number, an updated SIN number. Although you are already in Canada, for example, then your old SIN number is going to be replaced by a new SIN number. If you're coming for the first time, you get a SIN number, then you need to apply for a health card also. And if you already have a health card, that will be updated. So these are the things you need to follow. So I hope you like this video. Make sure to give it a like and comment. And if you have any concern, any question, anything that you want to ask, or anything you want me to produce, please go ahead and do. And if you have not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you.